What's up, everyone? Picking up tacos again. Thought I'd do a little Q&A. Walking around. Javonte or Swift? You got to draft Swift ahead of Javonte, but do I think Javonte will outscore him? I do. I think Javonte could be the number one or number two or number three running back in the NFL in 2022. I really believe that. But you draft Swift in round one, you draft Javonte in round two, or at least at the bookend turn picks. So you got to be careful with your ADP data. Not to draft, you don't draft based on ADP, but you draft around it. You try and manipulate the data. Hopkins round 7, if you can. Ekeler plus BREECE, Javonte plus Swift. Javonte plus Swift by a mile, bro. I mean, think about where you're drafting those guys. You're drafting Javonte and Swift at, the bookend 12-13. You're drafting BREECE a lot later, and you're drafting Ekeler only a little bit higher than Swift. So pretty easy call for me. Favorite late round tight end, Freiermuth, 10th round, fantastic value, home run, GMC. How many picks do you go before you pick a receiver in the first round? I could take Jamar Chase number 2, bro, in a PPR. Wouldn't even blink, wouldn't even bat an eye, wouldn't even hesitate, bro. Honestly, PPR, I could go Chase number 2 overall, or Jefferson 2 overall, KUPP 2 overall. Don't listen to the haters. Oh, you have to take RB. Would it be crazy to take BREECE Hall at 2.6 in a keep? Is it a keeper league? No. He's got first round dynasty value. I'd take him at the end of round 1 in a dynasty league. I'd take him at the 12-13 turn picks in a dynasty startup, no question about it. In a keeper league, 2.6. It's not crazy. I mean, if you can get him later, do it. Like, what's the rank, the ADP rank? What's the vibe? Is he likely to fall? You know what I'm saying? Smitty, any chance you could do a super flex mock soon? I do, though. We did one the other night. We do them. Remind me on the live streams. We can do one. When do you consider drafting Kamara? I don't really right now. I mean, Kamara in round 4. Kamara in round 4, bro. You take Kamara in round 3, missing 6 to 8 games, you're opening the door to a whole world to hurt. Smitty, who should I be targeting at the 10th round pick in a 10-team league? 10th pick in a 10-team league. Swift Javonte. Boom, boom. Swift Javonte back to back. Especially in a 10-teamer, you're definitely getting DK and Waddle or DK and McLaurin on the way back, bro. You tell me, McBride. Am I taking a lap or am I correct here? Javonte, Swift, DK, Waddle, home run. Am I taking a lap or am I taking a victory lap, bro? I mean, give me a break. McLaurin, DK, and then Javonte, Swift. Home run, bro. Home run. Unbelievable. Unbelievable team. What's up, Nevin? Number 2, standard redraft 14 team. Who's the pick? Najee or Jefferson or KUPP or Jamar Chase. You could go Ekeler. I'm not mad at that. Tan says, how smart would it be to go receiver heavy early and wait? It's all about flow. It's all about flow, bro. I can't tell you who to take. If you go into your draft going, I'm gonna go wide receiver, that's a really bad approach, man. You want to walk into your draft, look at the lay of the land. Do you go buying a home, based on, okay, home values are up in New York, so I'm gonna buy, even though they're different in different, boroughs or whatever, you're going to go in and buy a home because homes are up without even looking at the lay of the land. Like, that could drive the value down. You need to know what area you're in. When you're drafting, you can't go in with, I'm going wide receiver early. But I will tell you, this is the year. I haven't seen a year like this in my 20 years of doing this professional, like as professional as I can be. I haven't seen in 20 years, I haven't seen this, bro. You can go wide receiver. You can go running back. You can go running back, wide receiver. You can go wide receiver, running back. I only don't go tight end, in the first round. But you could literally go any which way, and you're probably going to be okay because it's loaded up and down the third and fourth round. There are third rounders that I like as much as a lot of people's second round pick. You got Leonard Fournette going in round 2 this year like clockwork. Give me DK over Leonard Fournette. Like this Leonard Fournette stuff is just driving me up the wall. It's driving me up the wall. The only reason I take Leonard Fournette over McLaurin, or those are third and fourth round players. The only reason I take Breece Hall 11 times out of 10 over Fournette. The only reason I take Fournette is because apparently he's got high trade value, so I maybe look to trade him. But Breece Hall 11 times out of 10 over Fournette. Lenny is getting out of hand. It is getting way out of hand. Like, you want to be into Lenny, that's fine. You want Lenny to be your mid-third round pick, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I never would have started in on the no Leonard Fournette. But when you take him at 2.5 on the regular, I've got to question what the hell is going on up in this mug, because I honestly don't even understand it. It doesn't even compute for me. Yes, I've said this is the most user-friendly year as long as the value's there. Exactly. Running, but you can't, here's the problem. You can't go in with the plan of attack, and I'm not saying you're saying this, trainer, but other people are like, do I go wide receiver? You can't, you don't know. Best player available is the only way to draft. When you're on the clock at 12-13, Swift and Javonte is usually a home run if it's there, because they are the best players available. I can say that in advance. I can tell you in advance that Javonte and Swift are the top 2 players that I'm going to take if they're ever there at 12 and 13, because Kupp's not going to be there, Jamar Chase isn't going to be there, and Justin Jefferson's not going to be there. Therefore, the top 2 players 10 times out of 10 are Javonte and Swift if they're available. So I can give you a confirmed, yes, cemented in answer. Go ahead. But is Diggs and Lamb or Diggs and Adams as good? It could be, because what if you get Breece Hall and ETIENNE? You can go from the 12 pick, you can't really fail. Okay, so let's say you go Diggs and Adams and you go ETIENNE and Breece Hall. Home run. Walk me to the bank. I'm ready to rumble. The only person that's going to beat me is somebody that takes Javonte and Swift and then gets DK and McLaurin, which is my other favorite strategy, and someone could do that from the 9 pick. So the 11 pick, 10 pick. This year is unbelievable from that 12, 11, and 10 spot, sometimes even the 9. I absolutely love it. That 12 pick is gold. Who do you pick out of Chubb, Diggs, CeeDee, and Adams? Give me in order. Adams, Diggs, CeeDee, and then Chubb in the second round. Those guys are all kind of first round worthy, or at least 12. Like CeeDee Lamb's like 12, 13, 14 overall worthy. Chubb is a later second round pick, or mid to late second round pick, or I'm not going near him. Not at mid second round ADP. Smitty, would you rather have Swift, Javonte, and then Terry and another receiver like Waddle, or Diggs, Swift? So I just kind of told you that. It's all really close to me, McBride. You give me Javonte, Swift, DK, and McLaurin, I'd probably take that. But Diggs, Adams, ETN, Breece Hall, very, very close. But give me the Javonte and Swift. But you're going to win leagues, bro. Either way you go. Chubb or Barkley? Chubb. Barkley's not a second rounder. I'm sorry. He may earn that. I'm not saying he can't, but he's not a second rounder. Stop going near Barkley in round 2 until he proves it to you. Doesn't mean I'm predicting a total bust, but let him earn it. Don't just hand him, after multiple years of disappointing you, you're just going to hand him second round value like that. Chubb at least has been delivering there. I worry about both of them. To be quite frank with you, I probably won't own either, because there are better players around that area, Lee, for both those guys. Doesn't mean I hate Chubb. Doesn't mean Chubb's not going to ball out at times. I just worry about that offense, the continuity, the ability to have, no 8-man front after 8-man front time after time after time, because Brissett's under center. We don't know what's going on with Watson. Kareem Hunt said it's very stressful and confusing what's going on right now in Cleveland. I don't know if you guys caught the Kareem Hunt quote where Kareem Hunt literally said, it is stressful. We've got to learn 2 different setups for 2 different players. Barkley's not a second rounder. Where do you have him ranked? 3.5 or beyond, or I'm not going near him. It doesn't mean, like, if you took him at 3.2 trainer, I'm not going to rip into you. Like, it's opinion anyway. But I'm not going to rip into you because he's your third drafted player. I get the appeal. I understand it. But I'm personally not going around anywhere around, I would say 3.6 and beyond. I would contemplate it. But trainer, I would take BREECE Hall 11 times out of 10 over Barkley. Where's BREECE Hall going? Easily, on average, past 3.6. So my question is, will I ever be on the clock looking at BREECE Hall and looking at Barkley and take Barkley over BREECE Hall? The answer is no. Never. 11 times out of 10, I'm taking BREECE Hall, even if it's 3.6, 3.5. So guess what? I'm never going to own Barkley in 2022 because 9 or 10 times out of 10, BREECE will be there every single time I'm contemplating Kamara or Barkley. So no way. Or Fournette. Fournette. You're high on BREECE. Interesting. Good to know. I love BREECE. I'm not high on BREECE, bro. I am BREECE. I am BREECE Hall. You hear me? I'm not high on BREECE. I am manifesting BREECE Hall right now as we speak, bro, on this live stream. Unbelievable. BREECE Hall to the moon. To the moon. Thoughts on Dolce? In Dynasty maybe, but like Albert O is still. I am BREECE. You're looking at him. You're looking at, when they say I am Negan in Walking Dead, everybody's Negan. That's like me in my community. I am BREECE. I am BREECE. I am BREECE. I am BREECE. Get breezed. Get breezed, bro. What's up, Brian? Brian walked into a shit storm. What's up, Brian? Thoughts on Damian Pierce? I like him. Like a crafty running back 4. Sure. What's up, Drizzle? Drizzle and Jose in the hizzy. Thoughts on Gabe Davis? I like Gabe Davis. I think Gabe Davis could, is there a small shot in HELL that he could outscore Diggs? Yeah. There's a small shot. So therefore, that's a pretty good player to pick as your third or fourth wide receiver. Are we drafting him as if he's going to outscore Diggs? You better not, or you're not my friend. Diggs is a top 12, 13 overall player. And Diggs has efficiency and conversion numbers that are just unbelievable when you look back. Smitty, is it bad that Javonte will either go 2.1 or 3.5 since there are two people who don't hate him? I don't really know what you're trying to say there, but he anywhere as your second drafted player, don't hesitate. Don't try and get cute and let him fall in the third round. If you're getting Javonte in round 2, just scoop him up. 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4. Don't try and trade down. Anywhere is your second player that you're taking, anywhere in round 2, your second drafted player, home run, don't hesitate, don't think about it. Javonte Williams wins you a league in round 2. Javonte Williams has baked in value in round 2. Melvin Gordon doesn't scare me. Melvin Gordon is getting older. The team is completely different. It has Russell Wilson, different coaching staff. What are we talking about here? We're talking about a guy that was number 1 in the NFL in broken tackles, and he played halftime, if even that. And he led JT in tackles. He led everybody. He was the number 1 tackle breaking master in the NFL. The master of the universe is what we call him. I realized today that I've been manifesting the whole ETN thing in my community. We did a mock draft. Everybody is disappointed to see him go in the 3rd. Yeah, we've been rocking ETN's ADP to the moon, bro. You can blame. I know, hey, trainer, I know this is going to sound arrogant. It always does, but we move ADP data in my community more than any show or any community in fantasy football. I know that sounds very arrogant, but it is a fact. And you can ask anybody in the Throne League. You could ask anybody around. Trainer, do you know how many mock drafts I do when I go live? I think I did 13 mock drafts on one show the other night. I think I do an average of about 8 mock drafts on my show. We do a lot of 10-second mock drafts. We do sometimes shorter. We do I did 3 at one time, timed out on all 3 picks at once last night. We mock draft more than anybody. And if we like a guy and we start beating a dead horse on it, like ETN, we're rocking that ADP up to the moon. I guarantee you, trainer, that I've moved ETN's ADP at least 1 or 2 draft slots on average draft position data in the industry. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Not even a head, like that's a low ball. I want to be conservative estimate. We've moved ETN's ADP at least 1, maybe I'm being conservative, maybe 1 or 2 draft slots because of our mock drafting. Not to mention I mock draft every night, trainer, almost every single night, especially when we get into July like we are now. And when you do 10 to 12 to 13 mock drafts with like-minded individuals, and then I send these individuals on their way and they do mock drafts on the side, it's not just my mock drafts on my show. It's that my people then go out and mock draft more, and they draft ETN in the 3rd round over and over and over. The reason ETN's in the 3rd round is probably because of us. And this James Robinson news didn't have quite the bite we thought it would. It definitely made people a little bit skeptical of ETN. Probably dropped them back down, almost flirting with round 4 again. And then what happens? We get in and we mock, and we take them at 3.5, we take them at 3.4, we take them at 3.8, and boom, boom, boom. ETN, before you know it, is getting drafted on the regular, cemented in at 3.5. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. ETN is a 3rd rounder. You're not going to be able to get him in the 4th round in any kind of big boy league. If you got big boy pants on, you're sitting at the big boy table, you're drafting ETN in round 3, plain and simple. You're not getting him in round 4. Raj, I see you there. I'm sorry. We're getting into 1 mock per night now. It's mock season. What's up, Raj?
Someone wants to know. I won't stay on here too long. Where do we take Elijah Mitchell, 49ers running back?
Late 5th, early 6th is a home run. And that's where he goes. It's not disrespectful. It's just where he goes. A lot of people will be like, late 5th, he's worth the 2nd rounder. You got to
I think that's good. That's a good spot. I like that. That's
he's a home run.
I think that's higher than I would have expected.
Yeah, because, I mean, here's the thing. Like, if anybody wants to break this down from a standpoint of, like, value, he could be a fantasy football running back 1. You know, like San Francisco's going to run the freaking ball. And even though Shanahan does this rotational thing, and even though you've got this Anthony Lynn character that everybody thinks is the best thing since sliced bread, but let me tell you something. Anthony Lynn's got a lot to prove in my book, because this guy is play calling duties stripped from him. He's a running back.
Make play calls. I guess he doesn't have. He's just there to help the running backs get.
So, yeah. And if Shanahan sees a skill that this guy has and he can compartmentalize it, like, they better not give this guy even a laptop. Like, he needs to just strictly do what he's supposed to do. And if he's good at it, then that's good. But when you give this guy responsibility, Anthony Lynn, everybody's just like, oh, because, I mean, let's get real. And if he's a Niner, the Niner fan base is going to love him just because he's a Niner. That's awesome. I actually respect that. You guys are loyal to the bone. And then you can be really aggressive to the bone, too, with the Debo Samuel thing. But you guys are loyal to a crazy degree, and I appreciate and respect that. But, like, Anthony Lynn, I mean, he's not in Detroit anymore for a reason. Like, they wanted him out. He wanted Swift as the running back 2, and he wanted Jamal Williams to start. He called Swift to be back and call Jamal. So, like, you don't want to making personnel decisions. You don't want to making, lunch room decisions, ordering food. What? Okay. I think Raj was saying he had to go. But aside from that, maybe Anthony Lynn has a skill set that Shanahan knows he can get out of him. Because one thing Shanahan does do is well with coaching personnel. He doesn't retain them well, like letting McDaniel go, and but he does, I think, build coaching staff, the coaching tree up really well. So there's that. Anthony Lynn could definitely, end up doing well for what Shanahan wants to use him for. But he was a debacle in Detroit, and he practically drove the offense off the rails. And so they took his play call duties away from him by midseason. He didn't want to use DeAndre Swift. My whole point was that, okay, Shanahan could rotate running backs. Mitchell could be potentially rotated out, or you could have Ty Davis-Price in there starting games and Mitchell over in like a Mostert role. That could happen. But what Shanahan does do is he fully commits to a running back once he's rotated into him. So, yeah, you rotate running backs, but you literally run one into the ground when they're in there. So going back to Eli Mitchell is a steal in fantasy football 5th round territory, because he could be a running back 1. the Niners starting running back is going to ball. You put Trey Lance back there, and you literally are going to have a half a yard more per carry every single time this man touches the football, because you're going to have the defense spread out more. Everybody's worrying about where Trey is. You're going to literally see this guy, Mitchell or Ty Davis Price, run the ball more effectively than you've seen him run. Like, I know Ty Davis Price doesn't run in the NFL yet, but Mitchell will actually look even more aggressive, more speedy, more shifty, average more yards per carry. The run is going to be completely off the hook. So, therefore, I love Eli Mitchell in round like 5.10 to 6.5. Home run for Eli Mitchell in fantasy football. Cuff him to Ty Davis Price, you're on your way. Now, you could cuff him to Sermon. You could cuff all three of them together, which is hard to do in leagues with small benches. But if you're in a league with a big bench, you're going to kind of have to do that, because Trey Sermon's looking pretty legit right now. And I know people are going to want to make fun of that and say, oh, Trey Sermon sucks and he's slow, blah, blah, blah. But Trey Sermon's been really working hard, and he's looked pretty agile. He's looked pretty quick, and it wouldn't shock me if Trey Sermon was the backup running back out of the gate in 2022. And I think most dialed-in Niner communities, people that really know what they're talking about, they'll tell you Trey Sermon's coming for the number 2 job. Trey Sermon probably wants the number 1 job, and he might really try and bring it. But Trey Sermon's looking pretty good and could be that backup. So if you do draft Mitchell, you have to make sure you stay on top of that backup running back race. You got to make sure you really scoop up the backup and cuff them together. But Eli Mitchell and the cuff in San Francisco is one of the sneakier running back 2 moves you can make in fantasy football 2022. Plain and simple. So that's the answer to that question that Raj had. I was ranting and raving on something else before he jumped on. I think it was ETN, and then we're moving ETN's value up the board pretty quickly. ETN, I love BREECE Hall. We're moving BREECE Hall's ADP. Mark my words, BREECE Hall will have late second round ADP. Late second round. That means you'll have to take him at 2.11, 2.12 in order to own him by, we'll call it late August. By late August, you will have to reach well past where you are so uncomfortable right now drafting BREECE Hall. Oh my God, reaching down to the 3.4 is just too early. He's a 4th rounder. What about Michael Carter? Cuff Michael Carter. Sure, cuff him. But BREECE Hall is going to have a late second round ADP by the end of August. ETN or BREECE Hall, I go back and forth, man. I love both of them. I'm going to say BREECE Hall, but I could go either way. And if I've got 2 leagues side by side, I'm going to go BREECE Hall in one. I'm going to go ETN in the other. And they both they're marvelous, glorious picks at 3.5 to 4.5. The later you get them, the better, obviously. Okay, so if you get BREECE Hall in round 4, not only are you hitting a home run, you're hitting more of a home run than if you get him in round 3. So use logic and use strategy. If you can get BREECE Hall or ETN in the 4th round, do it. Why would you not? It's only that much more advantageous to do that. Minnesota, something about passes, like they're gonna try and throw the ball. They're gonna still run the ball, but Jefferson's probably gonna get more looks than normal. Whenever an offense says we're going to change it up and it's successful, I always have a little bit of a concern. I always have a little bit of a worry, because you're implementing something new. And honestly, I kind of feel like, I don't know if I want to see Minnesota try and change things too drastically, because what they've had working has been pretty good in terms of balance and everything. And Jefferson's been able to eat just fine. But if they do throw the ball more and they're successful with it, obviously Jefferson's going to eat more. I'm not a huge fan of Kirk Cousins, but I think he's efficient enough to feed Jefferson into top 3 guaranteed wide receiver numbers. He is in my top 3 no matter what. I sometimes go back and forth between him and Chase, and sometimes I lean Chase because of Burrow and the Chase and Burrow connection. You can't separate situation from player. Jamar Chase is an absolute monster with Joe Burrow on roster, and these two are going to be doing this for like a decade straight. And then you got, Kirk Cousins and Jefferson. Now, granted, situations change. They could get a quarterback in there, but I'm not super excited about the long-term prospects or the, prospects in general of Kirk Cousins. So it does worry me quite a bit, Jefferson, in terms of the quarterback versus Burrow. But Cooper Kupp, even in Dynasty, Cooper Kupp's the number 3, number 4 wide receiver. You could put CeeDee Lamb at number 3. You could put a couple different wide receivers at number 3. But I think Cooper Kupp is still my number 3. I think Lamb could be 4 or 5. Lamb chops. But I think Cooper Kupp, redraft, he's 1, 2, or 3. Dynasty, he's 3 or 4. He's getting older. Just signed a nice deal. He's gonna get a good 2 years. You're gonna get a good 2 years out of Cooper Kupp before you start panicking about him. Carr and Adams. I'm not big on Carr like to the degree other people are. Do I think Carr's good? Yeah, of course. Do I think Carr is a monster? No. Do I think Carr could drop like top 5 quarterback numbers? It's possible, but am I going to count on that, or am I expecting that? No. Derek Carr is kind of who he is. He could be efficient. He could be like a little lesser version of Stafford and a better version of Matt Ryan. I don't think he ever climbs into the top 5. You got to understand, the top 5 is a whole different monster. You're talking about Joe Burrow and Herbert, not in any particular order, but Joe Burrow, Herbert, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes. That top 4 is crazy. And then you've got, the Lamars, the Kylers. Trey Lance is going to enter the picture, I predict. Jalen Hurts. It's hard for Derek Carr to crack that group of guys right there. I already listed for 7 or 8 players. Then you got Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson. Like Derek Carr, I can't rank Derek Carr in my top 10. And I know it's going to piss off a lot of people that are going to say Carr's going to be top 5. You're going to pay Smitty. Like, I just named a bunch of quarterbacks I could easily argue are better than Carr. I get it. You like Carr. It's part of the underdog allure that's there. If you like Carr, you probably like Akers. If you like Carr, you probably like Fournette. If you like Carr, you're probably a big Barkley and MT, Mike Thomas fan. Tell me I'm wrong. If you're a Carr supporter in here, you're wild for that one. What a wild for what one? Not putting him in the top 10. I just named 10 quarterbacks. You would be hard pressed to tell me that I'm crazy for liking over Derek Carr. I'm not thinking you're crazy for liking Derek Carr over Dak. I'm not thinking you're crazy liking Derek Carr over Brady or A-Rod. But you also, in turn, can't think I'm that crazy for liking the opposite. There are 10 quarterbacks I just named that you could say are better than Derek Carr. And you could say maybe take out Trey Lance. You could maybe say take out Jalen Hurts. I get it. That's preference. But those 2 guys could easily be top 5 to 7 themselves. You got the top 4. You've got Kyler. You got Lamar. You got Trey Lance. You got Dak Prescott. You got Russell Wilson. You got Aaron Rodgers. You got Tom Brady and Derek Carr. You could put Derek Carr at 13. You could put Derek Carr at 8. But to literally act like that's crazy talk to have Derek Carr out of the top 12 when I just named off Mahomes, not in any particular order with the top 4, Josh Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, and Herbert. That's 4. Lamar, Kyler, Dak, Russell Wilson, Trey Lance, Jalen Hurts, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. There's 12 guys. Tell me I'm crazy for liking any of those 12 guys over Derek Carr. I dare you. Put in the comments. Tell me I'm wild. Tell me I'm wild again because I like one of those guys over Derek Carr. You're not wild for liking Derek Carr over 1, 2, 3, 4 of those guys. How on earth am I wild by liking those guys over Derek Carr? Derek Carr hasn't proven he could be with those guys yet. Is he in a situation where he could? Absolutely. Not at all. Not even close. Do I like him? Yeah. Is it going to be fun to watch? Yeah. Is the AFC West the best division of football? Absolutely. Could the Raiders win the division and go to the playoffs? Yeah. Could they actually finish last and have 12 wins? Yeah. This is called this is a wild season. You want to talk about wild things, bro? This is a wild season, bro. It's a wild season. The wild, wild West. The wild, wild AFC West. Well, that's a wild one, Smitty. That's a wild. You like Aaron Rodgers? You like Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady and Dak and Russell Wilson as much or more than Derek Carr? That's a wild one, Smitty. That's a wild take. A wild man. You wild man, you. Get out of it. Get out of here. Get out of here with that. AFC West is not the best division of football. AFC West is the best division of football. Yeah, I said it right, Roy. NFC West is the second best division in football, maybe. But the AFC West is by far the best division. What are you talking about, Roy? I said it right. Roy's trying to trip me up. How is the AFC West not the best division in football, Roy? Roy, request it and explain it to me. AFC West not the best division of football. 100% is. Well, Roy, it's because you're a Niner fan. NFC West is the best. No, it's not. Roy, get out of here. I appreciate you, dude. Appreciate you, Roy. You can request it and argue it if you want. I'd love to hear it. The AFC West is by far anybody that's looking at it from an objective standpoint is going to tell you, yeah, the AFC West is the best division of football. What's up, State of Mind? You rather Darnell Mooney or Amari Cooper? Give me Mooney for right now, bro. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm not going near Amari right now. You don't know what's going on with this quarterback situation. 49ers, Rams, Seahawks, and Cardinals. Come on, bro. It's been the best for Roy. Everyone in here knows that you're saying that from a very biased perspective. That you just listed Seattle as part of your argument. The NFC West is strong. It is, but it doesn't hold a candle to the AFC West. The AFC West will be producing, I would say, 3 out of the next 5 years will be Super Bowl champions from the AFC West, man. I think the NFC West could produce 1 in the next 4 years, though. Yeah, for sure. I think the Niners could win a Super Bowl in the next 4 years. So, people can laugh at that all they want, but let's not talk about the AFC West not being the best division of football. It's nonsense. Saquon or CMC, CMC by a mile, and that's me doubting both of them. All right, I got to go. I got the food. Miss Smitty's going to be like, where's the food? All right, appreciate you all. I might be live on YouTube tonight. Later, everybody. It's not based on just because Seattle had a bad year. You don't mean it's Roy. Now, Roy, you're using the LOL. You're using the LOL on me. Roy, request in. Let's talk about it. I'm not going to blast you, but you are talking with a very biased hat on, Roy. You can't argue that AFC West is not the best division in football. Okay? You've got Herbert. You've got Mahomes, bro. You got Russell Wilson. You've got this guy, Derek Carr, that everybody thinks is top 5. You've got literally the best quarterbacking in one division you could even dream up. And you've got talent across the board, bro. These teams are loaded. Yeah, I like the Niners. They're underdogs right now, okay? You're not ranking in Roy, you and I know the Niners are going to ball. The rest of the world doesn't know that yet. It's up and coming, okay? It literally is a division with the Cardinals, who have the toughest schedule in football, and the Rams, and then everybody doubting the Niners, and the Niners are going to come and shock the world. But you can't talk like this is the best division in football when the AFC is loaded from top to bottom, the AFC West, with some of the most scary quarterbacking you've seen ever in one division. It's unbelievable, bro. They're feeding the NFC. They're feeding a Super Bowl champion. I would say 3 out of the next 5 years will come from the AFC West, bro. All right, I'm out of here. See you guys on YouTube tonight.